Welcome to the Vibe Check, and I'm your host, Amate Claro Amate, and I'm here with
Adum Emanuela.
Upon edit.
Elizabeth Okutu.
and we are delving into a pressing issue affecting Ghanaian students today. And for the first time in history, it's not examination. It's a skyrocketing and unregulated pricing of hostel accommodation for especially tertiary level students. And the question here is, how did we get here? Because there were instances where hostel prices began from 2,000 to 4,000 max, and now they are exceeding the range to over 10,000 and 15,000 Ghana cedis. And I'm asking, what's your thoughts on it? What do you think is the main problem here?
Okay. Well, I think the worst part of it is the power imbalance because most students come from far places. They come from Kaswa, Keshi, Takrade, and because they have no relatives to stay with, no alternative, they have no option than to pay whatever their hostel demands, or better so, some of them even pitch with and their fellow mates in various hostels, or taking the risk by sleeping rough near campus. And oppressors are aware of this and they must exploit it.
Okay, so recently, the National Union of Ghana Students officially petitioned the Rent Control Commission about the outrageous prices of hostels. And I feel like it's a competition between hostel operators because if I charge 4K for, let me say, four in a room without AC, and someone charges maybe let me say 5K for four in the room, the same four in a room with AC. Every student will prefer that four in a room with AC because it's 5K and it comes with an AC. And it's like we the students, we know we have that height that I'm in an AC
Yeah,
room,
we want to
so
live a
yeah.
bougie life and everything. What do you think?
The increasement of the cost of hostels. You see, the hostel operators are now increasing the prices of the hostels from 50% to 70% in just a single year. And due to that, some of the rooms they offer to the students are not properly upgraded facilities. So this also can bring stress and then uncomfortable to the students. But because they have no options, they have to bear it just like that.
So what we are seeing here is hostels are exploiting students because they know when they mention this price to students and students are very desperate to get the rooms, they know they'll willingly pay. And this is very disturbing because you are not thinking about the parent and you're not thinking about the student. You don't know where they are going to get that money from because we are already paying a huge amount for school fees, and we are now coming to pay an equally huge amount for hostel fees. And this is not done. This is inhuman. This is very inhuman. You see, every year, the university is admitting many people. There are new people always coming to the university. For example, our UPSA. There's always the percentage of students being accepted in UPSA is always rising because you're not the only ones going to be in UPSA forever. As you're moving forward, there are people stepping in and people also moving forward. So with that, look at the school's hostel. We have only 3 big buildings for the school's hostel, and it can't accommodate a huge number. Imagine everyone trying to fit in hostel A, hostel B, hostel C. It's not done anywhere. We'll be the same ones complaining. And because of this same issue, we are seeing the private people from private hostel, the managers and what have you from private hostels are exploiting our issue and making it and taking it in their own advantage because they know that we are not getting a hostel in the schools. We are not getting a room in the school's hostel. So when they say for a standard room for 4,000 or for 5,000, you are willing to pay. Even though you complain, you are willing to pay it because you don't want to be left outside. Don't you think so? Haven't you been in instances where you go for hostel hunting and you're asking for the price, and the fact that they threaten you with if you don't pay, someone is willing to pay. They want you to pay instantly so that they know that, oh, she has paid. And they keep on. I've been to a hostel where they mention a different price to someone and mention another different price to the next person. And it's very bad because why will you tell me that 4 in a room, a tiny space, it's a dungeon. I think a dungeon is even better and bigger because 4 in a room, you are taking 3,500 from someone. Then the next person will come, you are taking 4,000 from the person. Do you think it's good?
It's very bad.
Okay. So,
Because if we are both hunting for hostels and then two people come to your private hostel just to rent a place and you charge a high price to me and then you charge a low price to the other person, is a cheat. Because you are both coming from a far places in which we can't afford the fares in and out. It's also expensive. So if you are both hunting for the place and then my money is not enough and the other person's money is more than mine, at least the facilities in the room should be okay for the both of us. Because pardon the place I'm coming from, maybe my home is an average home, unlike my partner whom you're fighting for the room. So you just do like, if my money is not enough, I can't I can't get the room, but he has maybe other options for me. But it shouldn't be a place that because he's eager to have the money, you give me a place I'm not comfortable with poor facilities, like maybe the AC is not working or maybe water crisis or something. So if you are to charge prices of the hostel, it should come with good facilities according to the money we are
the
paying.
price should tally with the
Money we are paying.
the building and everything you
Yeah.
are seeing. What do you also think?
Sometimes too, I feel like it's the fault of students because if I'm going to look for a hostel with you, or maybe I test an agent for a hostel and they are like, is this amount or something? The students will be like, any amount I'm willing to pay because I'm desperate for a room. So if they charge you 10K because you said you are willing to pay any amount, they also charge higher because you are willing to pay anything for the hostel.
But
Do you get
I
it?
personally don't think students are to be blamed because we are desperate. As I said, we are very desperate. So why must you exploit our desperation? How if roles were reversed or switched, and you are also desperate and looking for maybe a house to rent or something, and someone is also mentioning an equally outrageous sum of money to you to pay because of desperation, you wouldn't be happy.
Me, I won't be.
For me, I won't pay. If I'm desperate for a room and they charge me 7K for just a tiny room, for me, I won't pay. I'd rather fetch a friend and look for a reasonable hostel.
But here lies the case where most hostels are against the patching rule.
I'll
Even
be at
in the
home.
school's
I'll
hostel,
be at home.
Wait, let me come in. And I also think because when the prices rise like this, like building materials, utilities and repairs, the operators pass those higher costs straight to the students instead of them taking parts of the hits. They rather pass. They give like they rather increase all the prices so that when they come they can deduct the one that they use to repair maybe broken fans, broken beds and all those things.
yeah, like building materials are expensive, this is expensive, so why not channel everything into the pricing so that we deduct our thing from it?
Exactly.
But then I still feel it's unfair because even if building materials are expensive, at the end of the day, the price they charge and looking at if maybe the hostel contains, let's say, 500 or 200 people in the hostel, and they are charging everyone like 5,000 for like standard rooms and everything. At the end, if they deduct their materials and everything, they come up with very huge profits.
Yes, because you're the one going to enjoy. You're the ones going to be in the rooms, feeling the AC and everything.
Do
Even
not say that.
the
Wait, do not say you are the one going to enjoy AC and everything. The fact, no, AC. What does AC do?
Do you know that some hostels, 2 in a room, standard room, we have the standard and executive room. Let's say you're paying 10K for 2 in a room, the normal room, and 2 points, let's say wait, I said 10K for the standard room, right?
Yeah.
And maybe 11 or 12K for an executive room with AC. Sometimes you sit down and wonder if I'm leaving the hostel, am I going with the AC or what? Because the price you are charging for a room with AC can equally buy an AC and you can put it in your own room at home.
Yeah.
And even what's even um sorry to say annoying is that the high cost of the hostels doesn't tally with the electricity bill and the water bill. Because if you pay this huge amount of money to the hostel operators and then there is no electricity, you are the same person that will use your pocket money to pay for electricity. And you can't be like you stay in the darkness just because you'll be eager to pay.
Yes.
So if they are charging high amounts of money, it should tally with the bills so that everything will be okay for the students.
So you are saying if you are paying a very huge amount for a hostel, electricity and
It should
water,
cover all those
I
things.
second
Like,
that.
okay, I won't mention any name, but there's this private hostel. They pay 7.5K for two in a room. The place is tiny. I won't lie to you. Then, okay, my friend is there, and my friend told me that for a month now they don't have light. Light is inclusive though, and with water bill is it's also inclusive. They don't have light. Like,
So they are sleeping, even though they've assured them that the money you've paid comes with water bill and lights bill. They are sleeping in darkness.
do you get it?
So it's their way of punishing them that you should
Yeah.
have just opted for a hostel with yes that you can
At least before they will pay, they're supposed to let them know there is no light or something before
No,
they go for the
when they
hostel.
came fresh, oh, they were enjoying the lights and everything for 2 weeks. Do you get it? Just for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you don't have lights. You have to come down and fetch your own water. So how can you tell me that this thing is reasonable?
But the place is fine. The place
It's not fine, my dear. It's tiny.
So do you think there are ways to curb this issue? What do you think hostel and the school can do about it? Like the school can, do you think the school can step in and help students lamenting and always, because students have been lamenting for a very long time. It's not today. It just came into the limelight, but we've been lamenting and complaining for a very long time. We are just lucky a letter was petitioned for something to be done about it. So what do you think? What do you think they can do to help?
I think for now the government must come in and talk about the prices, or maybe petition the rent control commissioner about the hostel fees and stuff. So they might maybe call a meeting and then fix a price about the hostel. But coming to, for the private hostel, because they built their own buildings, their own hostels, they might also have challenges with the um what the government is saying, but they also have to pardon the students because maybe someone from an average home might not pay that huge amount of money. So at least even if I can't pay this amount of money, I should get a comfortable room.
Yes. So yours is a comfortability. We students want to live a very chic. Yes, nobody wants to suffer in a room because yeah. So what do you also think?
Well, I think what the National Union of Ghana students is doing is the best by going around and checking all those hostels that are not being registered, and also I think they should shut down those hostels.
But do you know that in Ghana, especially Accra, yeah, I think 5 or 7 hostels are registered and known to the public. Do you know that?
Well, I'm not aware.
And there are numerous hostels surrounding our schools. So do you think because maybe they are not giving a breakdown of they are not giving the rightful data to the rent commissioner that this is why we are taking this amount of money. This is a breakdown. This is a like the expenses, the expenditure for this, that. And this is the reason why we've come out with this huge amounts of money for students to pay. So if they are shutting all those hostels down because they are disagreeing to reduce their prices, where do you think we are going to sleep? Everyone must go back to their homes and come to school from home.
Yes, but I know, but the money they are charging is very expensive. Sometimes somebody's mother may a friend of mine told me that the father sold a piece of land just for her to get a hostel. See, your parents will force do whatever it is to just to put you in a comfortable place, but the money they are also charging is it's I don't know what to say, but it's not good.
Outrage.
I'm not against students, but personally, I think if I own a hostel and this brouhaha is going around and the government comes to tell me that reduce your prices, I will not. I'll rather let them shut my hostel down than to tell me to reduce my prices, because there's a lot that went into the hostel. Maybe my prices are too insane, but there's a lot that went into my building. So you can't tell me that, oh, maybe majority, like 80% of Ghana, of the hostels in Accra or Ghana are tiny and everything. We've drawn a conclusion that everyone must take maybe 8,000 per semester or per year for 2 in a room, or 2,000 per semester for 4 in a room.
Can I come
Maybe
in?
mine is,
Can I come in?
excuse me, I'm coming. Maybe mine is huge. I've listened, I've been a child before, I've been a student before, and I've decided to come up with this nice and,
Yeah, yes, to be a parent.
but then what about my money, my profits?
No, are you not paying it?
I can't put I also don't think I'll put my profits at the risk of you living your best life.
Can I come in?
Yes.
You saying you built a hostel,
Enyano.
something went in and blah blah blah. The same government hostel, the same cement you use, they use the same cement.
Have you been to some governments, some schools
Relax.
in their
I'm
hostels?
talking about my school hostel.
Okay, sorry.
So the same cement you use, the same cement that my school hostel too, they use, right? The same for in a room that you are charging for 8K or 4K. My school hostel is charging it for 2.2K, which is reasonable and it's spacious. Do you get it? It's spacious. It doesn't include water bill. But yours include a water bill and a light bill.
So I think she's trying to say that if you're not willing to drop down the cost of your
Don't build a hostel.
no.
Yeah.
What if you're
No,
using gas
relax.
and cement and I'm using another
Relax,
cement?
relax. If
Cement
you're not ready,
prices differs.
if you're not ready to cut down the price of your hostel, then I think you should add the bills to the expenses.
But wait, government hostels to add like the bills to the hostel.
Hers is
So
private and that's government.
do not tell me it's private and government. Listen, government hostel, I understand that they consider accommodation and everything, like they consider the economy and everything. But with a private hostel, like why are you guys being so inhuman?
Relax.
Because
Coming to the government, he's not using this pocket money to build
They are
all those
sponsors, they are collaborating.
tax and
People
all
are
those stuff.
helping.
But for the private hostel, it's owned by one person.
Yes.
So it's coming from his own pocket and then his weight. So if
owned
he's
by one
charging
person.
expensive,
Wait, owned by
if
one
he's charging
person.
expensive, relax. If his own is expensive, it should be in this way, like it should cover up the bills and the expenses of the hostel. If something goes wrong or something gets damaged in the hostel, since you've paid this expensive amount, it covers everything. So the government and the private is different.
You don't get what I'm trying to say. So imagine you build, let me see, one room, and you like what the cost of everything was, let me see, I'm using 2K, like 2K for just that one room, and you're charging each and every person 10K. How many like how much will you make?
So I've heard what you're saying, and I totally understand what you're saying. Indeed, I said this is a very sensitive and pressing issue that's bothering Ghanaian students, and we can all see it now. So I think the government has started doing something about it, we trust and believe they'll come up with a better solution to help all students be at ease, because you can't just leave it. You can't start something and end it over there like that. So we are waiting on our government to do what they do best for us. Thank you for watching Vibe Check. Catch you later.